morning, Tigers. I'm Ian.
And I'm Catherine, and welcome back to the Almost Live TNN broadcast for Wednesday, January 9th. Here's the news you need to know.
All boys interested in playing golf this spring need to attend a mandatory meeting this Friday, January 11th, in room 500 at lunch. Tryouts begin on January 21st, so it's important that you attend this meeting to make sure you are eligible to try out.
Don't forget, there will be a mandatory National Honor Society meeting tomorrow at lunch in the new gym.
There are club meetings today, including the Young Democrats, who are meeting in the lecture demo room at lunch today. Lots of discussions about the government shutdown, Women's March on January 19th, and there will be pizza too. Metro Club meets in room 134, the Engineering Club meets in Mrs. Fetcho's room 400, Latin Club meets in room 136, and Key Club will be in Portable 5.
Just a reminder that the first 3 rows of the parking lot are reserved for visitors and staff parking only. Students who park their vehicles in this area will be assigned Saturday school, lunch detention, or other consequences determined by SLO-HS administration.
Get hyped for water pong. It will be a splash. Sign-ups are outside the ASB room 130 and are due Monday, January 14th. Teams of 2 required. Games begin Tuesday, January 15th.
We have a new segment that will air every Wednesday. It is called The Harbor and is presented by Mike Smith. Check it out.
The number one question high school students and middle school students have to answer year in and year out is, what do you want to be when you grow up? I hate that question. I hate it. And here's why. They don't know, and they shouldn't have to know. They're still kids. I think the reason that we ask kids this question so often is we don't know what other questions to ask them in regards to deciding what they want to do with their future. Before you make a decision like that, I think you've got to decide what kind of life you want to lead, what kind of lifestyle you're looking for, and then choose a career that fits inside of that lifestyle. I call this the educational triangle. And at the top, you've got jobs. So here's what I mean by this. We start asking kids at an elementary school what they want to be when they grow up, but they don't know who they are, they don't know what they care about, and most kids have never even left their town. So asking a kid to decide what job they want that young, it doesn't make a ton of sense. You've got to give them time to grow into that idea. And then after jobs, we say the second most important thing that a kid can think about is their strengths. What I mean by strengths is simple. After kids guess on a job in high school, we either send them off to college or trade school or out in the workforce to go get good at something that they guessed on. And where the numbers really start to break down is the number of kids moving back into their parents' home with a college degree is staggering. And the reason why is they don't want the lifestyle attached with the degree that they just got. What they realized is their educational journey did not lead them to where they wanted to go, and they're in crisis when they're supposed to start their lifestyle, which is what the third part of this triangle is. Now here is why your lifestyle is so important. This is everything. This is how you spend your time, who you hang out with, what you do for fun, where you go, how you get to see the world. That is the most important part. That's why we work. We work so we can enjoy our lifestyle. So I find it interesting that we focus on jobs more than we focus on the life that we're going to lead. I honestly believe this educational triangle, it's upside down. I think it should look more like this, except everything's spelled right. Lifestyle's on top, then strength, then job. Let me explain how this works. Identify the life that you want. Identify the way that you want to live in. Maybe you don't want to work a 9 to 5. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to work from home. Maybe you don't want to work in the same place for 40 years. You've got to ask yourself those questions before you ever decide a job. And after you identify the lifestyle you're looking for, then think about the strengths you've got. Every single one of you watching this is good at something. Everybody has strengths. So figure out what yours are and then try to develop those. After you identify a lifestyle, then you figure out your strengths, then you have an opportunity to pick a job that's right for you. I think so many people do it backwards. I think we try to guess on a job and hope we have the lifestyle we want. I think we need to decide what lifestyle we want and then pick a job that fits in line with that. That's what I call the educational triangle. If you decide that college is right for you, there's a few things you've got to do first. Where I would start is research 4 or 5 schools that are interesting to you, print off a checklist of the requirements it takes to get into those schools, and then talk to your school counselor. They've got a ton of resources that can help. Things you're going to have to do are things like the FAFSA, taking the ACT and the SAT. You're going to want to try to get a good GPA. You're going to want to get involved in school activities. And some of you guys, you're gonna have to learn about life before you get there. You're gonna have to figure out how to do laundry, how to change your oil. You're gonna maybe have to figure out how to clean your room on your own or learn how to cook for yourself. There's a ton of different things you've gotta do before you get to college. But I think the most important thing you can figure out is why. If you're going to college, you have to understand it's bigger than just getting a diploma because you think it's gonna help you get a job someday. This is the chance for you to identify the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with, the kind of experiences that you're looking to have, and then ultimately the kind of life you're going to lead. So walk in expecting more than a degree. Walk in expecting to learn about yourself. I sat down and talked to some recent college grads about what they learned through their college experience.
College for me was really a huge step from high school. You know, I basically went from being fed with a spoon to where everything is up to you. I'm finding what my priorities are. What kind of people do I want to surround myself with? And it's really like that feeling of me being forced to step out of my comfort zone to try these new things that is making me learn so much.
But I definitely learned in my college experience that I definitely have a strong support group behind me and one that loves me dearly and unconditionally.
And I think stepping out of my comfort zone really made me realize what an exciting world there is out there, and to make more friends on my own accord, to do things on my own accord. I learned to really take ownership of every opportunity that I got.
So if you're gonna go to college and you're gonna do all of these things, then do it right. And what I mean by that is, don't cheat. You don't have to cheat in class. You don't have to cheat on tests. So many kids cheat their way through high school, and what you have to understand is you're not learning how to develop habits to get you where you want to go. Recently, I did a Twitter poll to find out how many people had cheated on an academic test. 55% said yes, which means that 45% are liars. Because the truth is, most of us have cheated. I know I did, and when I look back on it, I realized all that happened is I never developed positive study habits. I never really learned how to work hard in school because I focused on cheating instead of focusing on learning how to do it the right way. You want to be your best self when you get to college. So learn how to develop healthy study habits now and earn your way there. And understand, after you get your diploma, after you get your degree, the work isn't done. What you've done for yourself is you've opened a door, but you've got to have the courage, you've got to have the grit, and you've got to have the hard work to step through that door and take the opportunities that come. And maybe your path isn't college. Maybe you want to go to the military. Maybe you want to start a business or travel or take a gap year. Whatever it is, it's important to remember that life isn't going to just happen to you. You're the one who has to decide where you're going to end up. And the best roadmap that I can give you is that triangle. You've got to identify the lifestyle that you want to lead. You've got to figure out what strengths you've got and how to get better at those, and then decide what job you want. So whether you go to college or not, that's totally up to you. I think what's more important than that, instead of asking yourself what you want to be, figure out who you want to be.
And now to Michelle with the upcoming sports.
Hey Tigers, this is Michelle with your sport news. The girls basketball team snapped Rigetti High School's 30-game league winning streak last night, defeating the Warriors 60-51. Lily Svedich led the way with 20 points. Kayla Kraft and AJ Smelzer chipped in 12. The Tigers also got outstanding defense from Annika Meyer and huge minutes off the bench from Stella Bowler. The Lady Tigers improved to 2-0 in league and 19-1 overall. They travel to take on crosstown rival Mission Prep on Friday night at 6:45. Great job, ladies. Our boys soccer team defeated Paso Robles 6-0 last night. Our boys are really on a roll to face AG this Friday here at home. Come on out and cheer them on. Unfortunately, our girls soccer team lost a tough match against AG last night. But we know they will be back on top very soon. Finally, our wrestling teams have 2 matches today with the guys team in Napomo at 6 and 5. Good luck, team. Back to you guys.
For lunch today, we have chicken sandwiches, turkey pesto subs, pasta marinara, and pizza.
Have a fantastic Wednesday, Tigers.